Oh, it's time. September 16th, 2022 years after Jesus Christ croaked. I'm your host, George Carmona, and this is Gridiron Junkeez. Woo! Cut that shit. Beautiful. Hard cut. Who gives a fuck? Back into football, man. We're back. We're in Studio A, it's renovated, and I got a new engineer behind the decks because that's what I do. I keep all these engineers fucking fresh behind the decks. We have Chase. Chase, introduce yourself.
What's up, boys?
Chase, how many times have you played football in your life?
I think the last time was probably in like middle school, Georgie.
Okay. And what do you think about football? Like in the grand scheme of the fact that I'm able to have a show that's rather successful, I have football helmets all over me. We just sat here and laughed at the funny video that we're going to play later on. What do you think of football?
I think that it's really the actual religion in America.
It is.
Are you kidding me?
It is.
Christianity, no sir. Football, yes.
I mean, I live for the pigskin. Right. And it's not just because I'm Cuban and Cubans like pork. You know what I mean? It just goes back to football. Players like Michael Vick sitting in front of me, Chad Pennington, Joe Montana, who used to throw that ball over the mountains. All right. Those guys are the pioneers that led the foundation of America. And Chase, for you just to state that, I'm sure that our audience is already in love with you. Probably a better engineer than Austin. He would have taken this time right now to shout out the Chargers, and nobody would have gave a fuck about it.
Who are the Chargers, George?
Right, bro. Austin, your Chargers suck. Okay, into what this entire past week has encapsulated. It's been a lot of travel. All right, I went to Atlanta. If you haven't watched the Atlanta trip recap vlog video type fucking thing that I made, you need to go watch it. Because it shows us going to the San Jose State Auburn game, us being my family. It also shows us going to the Saints Falcons game, and then Cameron and I going to the College Football Hall of Fame. So if you haven't checked out that episode, I highly recommend you do. The clips, ladies and gentlemen, have been a little bit delayed, all right? So if you haven't been seeing me produce as many TikTok clips or Instagram clips, just know that they're coming, all right? I got an intern, Seth. I wish Seth could be here so I could shout him out right now, but he's doing his thing. I just showed him how to make little Gridiron Junkie clips last week. It's going to happen, all right? I just got to put my effort forth in to give you guys what you want, and that is micro content, so you don't have to sit here and listen to this bullshit. Couple of things I didn't cover about that Atlanta trip that I failed to recognize at the moment, but I was thinking on my drive home last night. I was like, oh, my God. The first time Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota ever played, the 2015 Rose Bowl, where Oregon took on Florida State. It was the first college football playoff game ever. I was at that game. And I didn't even realize it until my drive home yesterday that the two quarterbacks that started on the game Sunday that I went to, Marcus Mariota for the Falcons, Jameis Winston for the Saints, it was literally the same quarterback matchup. So it was kind of a blessing to see that the playing field got a little bit evened out, right? Because Marcus Mariota kicked Jameis Winston's ass in the Rose Bowl. And now Jameis Winston, huge come-from-behind victory for the Saints, evens out the playing field. I now have to make a trip to whenever they play the third time, which will be later on this year, to just kind of make it my own personal tradition to see Marcus Mariota versus Jameis Winston. The battle of, kind of B-grade quarterbacks. It's a fun one, lots of turnover possibilities. That being said, there was a montage that I was able to find on Twitter this past week of what week one in the football landscape looked like from a fan's perspective. I'm going to be giving you guys recaps every Sunday night that will release Monday morning. This past weekend I was traveling, so I couldn't do that. So I went on Twitter and I found this video, and Chase, if you can just pull it up, I want to watch from a fan's perspective what happened in the world of football this week.
Here we go.
Let's take a gander. Oh my God, it starts off with a barfing woman at the Browns game with a lady in a neck brace sitting right in front of her. Can't even move. Just taking the little droplets of throw up. We got middle of the street fights. I don't even know what two teams this are, but the cops can't even get that under control. What are you going to do? Cowboy fans doing what they do best. Being reckless, saying that they're going to win the championship. We had a Cowboys fan swinging on a Cowboys fan. Them throwing stuff at Cowboys players. And then another just fan. A woman in a skirt getting into the mix. This one's vicious. On the floor. Baka. Fucking go to sleep, dude. I cannot imagine what it's like to be around these crowds. You could see they have, whoever's videoing this, great vantage point. I like that they stayed vertical, put it on the gram. Huge haymakers, man. This is what Dana White wants. He wants to see more people at UFC fights getting into it like this so he can find some new fighters. What a fucking bloody mess. If you didn't know what happened here at a tailgate, somebody left their grill on, fucking lit the car on fire, and then it proceeded to set ablaze all the other cars around it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was what fans saw this weekend around the country. If you didn't see that, then you saw my travel vlog, and that was all football was this first week. It was a lot of action, a lot of belligerent, drunk idiots getting into a fight. You know what kind of fucking person you have to be to get into a fist fight with a human at a football game? Like what kind of things are going through your brain? How many Coronas deep are you, Chase? How many Coronas deep do you think you'd have to be to get into a fight at a football game?
Well, I mean, am I from Cleveland?
Yes.
That's no Coronas deep. Yeah.
Because you're just like, they love football out there. So
they love football, and everyone from Cleveland, like they actually start bar fights, George.
So the Cleveland Browns fan at the beginning of that clip that was puking. This lady was puking, not saying like, oh my gosh, let me try to make it to the bathroom. Just said, all right, I'm gonna embrace this. Can you go back to that? I just want to play that one just one more time because it is the perfect definition of the way a lot of football teams played this first week.
Oh, hello.
Just kind of. Oh my God.
Wait, that's a White Claw in front of her.
Oh, no way. She's throwing up the claw. Too much condensation.
Look at how
too much carbonation. It's just bubbling out of her mouth.
On that guy's seat in front of her. Under it. Like his shoes
Can we go back one more time? Look at the guy.
Wait, in the neck brace. Oh, no.
It's the girl in the neck brace, but then the guy next to the girl in the neck brace is like, they're not related because he's not shielding her at all.
No.
He literally, if you play it one more time, Chase, he looks back, smiles. He might be more fucked up than that lady is. He's like, oh my gosh.
He was like, ooh.
Is it? He said, that's crazy.
He's trying not to throw up himself right now.
Bro.
I've been there. You look back, you see someone throwing up, you're like, nope.
Bro.
You smell it a little bit?
It kind of kills me the way that she like she tries to swallow it. No, bro. Look at the way she tries to swallow the second one. It goes out, and then she like, oh, let me just swallow this.
I'm good.
Right here. I'm good. Oh, no. Here comes the swallow. It was this one right here. She's like,
oh man.
Oh.
Jeez.
The dude looking back. Okay. That was that's what you needed to know.
You gotta get that one there for you.
Oh my gosh. That's what draft beer looks like.
That's what White Claw looks like.
Oh.
The slow motion.
If you're not watching the Gridiron Junkeez podcast, you need to go onto Spotify or YouTube and watch this lady puke onto another lady who is immobilized in a neck brace. Enough said. On to the big college football games you need to stay focused on this week. We have 2 top 25 matchups. First one being BYU versus the number 25 Oregon Ducks. We got the Ducks helmet over here. All right. So the Oregon Ducks absolutely shit the bed when they played Georgia 2 weeks ago. Absolutely getting just getting boom right off the line. All game long, Georgia was giving it to them. Oregon is a type of team that needs to reinvent their identity, right? Because for years, it's just been they're a flashy team that when the lights get big, they don't know how to get tough. Well, you have the chance to get tough here versus BYU on Saturday night. BYU being a team coming in who's faced a little bit of adversity, all right? They just took on number 9 Baylor and beat them at BYU in an epic night game. The kicker missed X amount of field goals. Who gives a flying fuck if that kicker was dog shit? The kicker went through his misses. I'm a firm believer in this, okay? He's going to see a couple go through early on in the game this weekend, BYU's kicker, that will bring back his confidence because he pretty much almost cost it for his team. Now, you need to have those misses in big-time moments to realize how to better handle yourself. So, BYU's kicker, you have an opportunity here to redeem yourself on a national stage. Really stick it to Oregon, right? The so-called fucking top team coming in this season who has been shit in the bed, all right? They had a big-time week this past week, but who gives a shit? They were beating up on some team they should have beat up on. But BYU and BYU's kicker, you guys got to do this. For the Mormons of the world, I need every single LDS person tuning into that game. We need those numbies to be through the roof. All right? That being said, BYU plus 3.5. I think that is the lock of the week. It's going to be a nationally televised game, so you're not going to have to struggle finding it. They've fought through the adversity. They've seen and almost felt what it's like to lose a close game. Oregon has not done that. Pick the Cougars over the Oregon Ducks, plus 3.5. It is my lock of the week in the college football this week. Now I'm going to cover game 2. The second top 25 ranked matchup games that we're going to start seeing is the number 13 Miami Hurricanes taking on number 24 Texas A&M. Texas A&M coming off a tough loss versus Appalachian State last week. It's one of those games early on in a season where if you're not careful, a team could spook you. Just like San Jose State almost did to Auburn. All right? These kind of games are the games that when you're getting chosen to be a part of the college football playoff, if you don't take care of business early on, you're forgotten in the conversation. Alabama almost going down to Texas. Very similar situation. But Texas A&M has a perfect opportunity because this game is at College Station. If they were playing in Miami, I think the line is flipped. They do have Texas A&M favorited in this game. I personally will stay away from this one. I'm just going to be a huge fan of watching what's going to go on in that BYU game. I'm going to put down, Chase, I don't know if are you familiar with units?
No, not even a little.
Unit is?
No.
So unit is the way that bettors talk about how much they bet usually per game.
That's so they like disassociate it with money. They're putting down units.
We're putting down units, right? So units vary, right? Units could be $10 for some people. Units could be $100 for some people. I'm currently floating at like a $20. $20 is my unit. I think, Chase, I like BYU so much, I'm going to put 8 units.
Holy shit.
On BYU.
That's a lot of units, George.
8 units. It's going to be
quick maths.
Huge.
It's going to be huge. That's like $160, right? Yeah, something like that. Uh-huh. That's a lot of units, George.
Plus 3.5. I just love it. Make my money back and take Cameron to Cleaver. Have a good meal. That's the plan. That will happen Sunday night. If that bet hits, Cameron, we're going to Cleaver. Done.
I thought that was slang for like Cleveland for a second. I was like,
No.
why on earth?
It's a restaurant.
Okay, yeah.
It's a restaurant, Chase. No. Fuck that.
Fuck
okay?
Cleveland, am I right, boys?
Fuck Cleveland. Do what LeBron did. Go to Los Angeles. Chase, in the second half, am going to have Danny Miner on the show. Do you want to tell people a little bit about Danny Miner? Because you've been working on The Problem Solver, a show he's been on plenty of times. Tell me a little bit about Danny.
So Danny Miner, he is, I don't know if I could say he's a professional poker player, but he is pretty big on TikTok. He's got something somewhere between 50,000 and 100,000 followers. The Miracle 35, that's right, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. You'll see it in his lower third when he comes in. And he's one of the hosts of The Problem Solver. He's an ex-cop. I don't know what much else there is to say about him. Do you think so, George?
What I'm going to say about Danny Miner is that he got extremely fucking lucky this past week in fantasy football. And we're going to discuss what happened this week in the Gridiron Junkeez fantasy football landscape with Danny Miner, the person who played 3 people who scored 0 points. Stay tuned. See you after halftime. Coming back out of halftime, I feel like we're about to have a great second half of the show. With me to my left, you saw him on the live fantasy football draft, and he just came off the improbable Danny Miner.
Listen, George, thanks for having me. Listen, draft day, I go in there and I heard the snickers when I was drafting people. I heard the laughs. And then after the draft, I felt I had a good draft, and they ranked me 12th out of 12. I'm ranked dead last after the draft. That's what I was ranked.
Wow.
Dead last, 12th.
I have to see if that's changed.
I think it hasn't.
It has not changed.
No, I don't think it has. The way I looked at it, last time I looked, it didn't change.
You did win, though. So it wasn't like you were the worst team in the league this week. I do want to pull up the score so that way we can discuss your improbable victory here. You, my friend, I thought you had 3 players score 0 points. Instead, you had 2 players score 0 points, and Aaron Rodgers shits the bed and scores 3. Like, at what point on Sunday did you give up?
Well, on Sunday, I looked, and I thought to myself, well, in fact, when Rodgers was playing, I was thinking he's at least going to give me 20 points, maybe 22.
Right.
And I knew I had one of my players scored a lot of points, so I thought to myself, you know what? I got a shot at this. But then I looked, and he had 2 players left. I had 1 player left, and 2 of my players scored 0 points. I'm thinking, I'm going to lose this. But somehow, God looked at me, and that's why I'm called the Miracle. Okay, I am called the Miracle because miracle things happen. It started with poker, okay? I got the name the Miracle from poker. Every time I was losing, I would say I need a miracle, and a miracle would happen. So here we are again, fantasy football, the miracle's going to happen. And you're right.
I'm worried now.
I'm playing you this week.
You are playing me this week. So I'm like I laughed out loud quietly when I looked at Travis just a second ago because I'm kind of nervous. I'm sweating because do you have a routine that you do? Are you a superstitious person? Are you a little stitious on Sundays?
With the Eagles, I am definitely. Okay. I never miss an Eagle game. I don't think I've not watched an Eagle game in 30 years.
Holy shit.
Yes.
So what did you think of the performance from the Eagles? We can go back to the split screen. Incredible performance. I wish we had the round of applause set up on Farrago. If you could pull up yeah, good shit, Danny. Now I'm going to fucking whoop his ass this week, and that's it. Okay?
I'm going, George, I wish I wasn't playing you this week because I am the Miracle, and I'm going to go to 2-0. So I'm going to go from 12th to 1st. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
And I love betting on underdogs too. I know I'm going to win and I want to win, but I kind of want to bet on you, Danny. There's some luck. There's some luck here.
There's luck. That's why they call me the Miracle.
Should I bet on the Eagles though? You watched the Eagles game this past weekend. What do you think of the Green Birds this year?
Well, I have high hopes going into this season. Of course, all Philly fans have high hopes every season, right? We're sort of like the Cowboy fans where the Cowboys think they're going every year. The Eagle fans are the same way. But this is the first year in a while that I feel good about it. I don't feel very confident in Hurts yet Jalen. He scares me a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd actually like our backup better, to be honest with you. Yes. I think he plays with more excitement. What's his Minshew, right?
Yeah.
I love the way he plays. I love the excitement in him, his energy. But we'll have to, I still say we don't know about Jalen yet. Honestly, we still don't know.
And he, so I fell in love with Jalen Hurts after I saw him at Oklahoma, like after beating a team like by 50 points. He just went into the weight room and started working out like right after the game. And I was like, that dude's like fucking legit. Because, I mean, he got his spot taken. See, this is the thing.
I remember that in the championship game.
He got his spot taken in the national championship and then eventually just got replaced the following year. And that's why he got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
A 2-time SEC Offensive Player of the Year. I just heard that this morning, Jalen Hurts. So he hasn't proven himself because why? And I can almost guarantee I know why. The running quarterback gets hurt too often.
Yes.
And that scares the shit out of every Bills fan, every Baltimore fan, and every Eagle fan, apparently.
Yes.
And that's your guys' lifeline because all you guys do is run the ball. You had your fucking leading receiver last year not get a single catch.
Not a catch. And, of course, I had him on my fantasy team. He caught nothing. I predict he'll get some catches this week. But it's going to be hard for him to take a back seat because he was the number one receiver. Now you bring in A.J. Brown, and you're the second receiver. So that got to hurt him a little bit. I don't care who you are. If you go from the number one to number two, it hurts a little bit. Definitely.
So was there any moment in time on Sunday where you guys thought you were going to lose the game to the Lions? Because the Lions would pull out a lot of games late last year, or they'd be really close.
Right.
Did you think the Eagles were going to fucking shit the bed?
No.
Like the Falcons did?
I don't think the quarterback for the Lions, God, I can't think of his name right.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, Goff. I don't think he has it in him. I just don't. So I wasn't scared at all.
It was a battle like the B-grade quarterbacks.
Yes. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes.
So I want to cover with you, since we're both in the same fantasy football league, I wanted just to pull up the try screen again for us, Travis, and I'm just gonna sift through these. So we had Brandon from Vegas, the guest that I had on like 2 shows before this one, right?
Yep.
He goes on and scores 176 fucking points. How in the world, in the first week of fantasy football, do you pick that perfect of a lineup? Do you think that's a miracle?
I'm hoping it's a miracle because I play him the following week. So in week 3, I play him. I already looked ahead. But you know what? I'm the miracle. So I feel I could beat him. Now I look at this way. I had 2 players didn't score a point. I had Aaron Rodgers scored 3 points, and I scored 95. So if Aaron gives me 20, them other guys give me 15. I'm in the 150 spot. I'm good. 150 is going to beat you this week.
I think if you scored 150, you should beat just about anybody.
Right. Except Brandon.
Except for Brandon. No, but this shit's not going to happen again, Brandon. Just know it's not going to fucking fly.
I do like his TikTok, though. I do watch Brandon's TikToks.
Shout out to
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yes, his TikToks are good, yes.
He's like, ever since I had him, even we had an intern come, Travis, didn't we have an intern come in and literally say, I just wanted to check this place out because Brandon from Vegas was here.
He's amortized it already. What a great relationship.
Oh, my God. He's famous already on TikTok, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I know he is, yeah.
Danny, you're famous as fuck on TikTok. As a matter of fact, this is how we're going to triple down on Danny's miracleness. Danny has approximately 77.7 thousand followers.
Yes.
Did you do that on purpose? Like, what the fuck? Like, how does it end up on 777?
And especially somebody that's as old as me, right? You're not going to have followers of a 53-year-old man. What happened was my daughters, I have a 29-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old daughter, right?
Okay.
So when I told them I was going to go on TikTok, they said, please, Dad, don't do it. You're going to embarrass us. People are going to call you names. They're going to do this. Don't do it. So I went on TikTok and I just started building, and it just went crazy. I mean, this is in about 8 months. I have 80,000, almost 80,000 followers. I'm almost at 1 million likes.
Oh my God, no, he is.
I'm 10,000 away from 1 million, and I have 3 videos over 1 million.
And I like your content too, man. Like you keep it, you also are just a full blown creator because you're doing it every single day.
Yes, you have to.
In some capacity. And that's
let me
go ahead.
This is how you have to be successful in TikTok. And I did lax a little bit since I started the podcast and everything. You have to put 4 to 5 videos out a day. 4 to 5, 7 to 15 seconds. People's attention span, and any more than 15 seconds, they're done. If you could keep your video at 15 seconds, your video's got a chance to go.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, we're going to try that out with that specific clip there.
Okay.
I'm just going to clip exactly what you just said.
Okay.
And I'm going to post it, and
All
we're
right.
going to see. I'm doing rather well too, and Gridiron Junkeez Nation, fucking stand proud.
Okay.
We're getting the following going.
Oh, you have a TikTok on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I have to make sure I follow.
Go ahead and follow Gridiron Junkeez on TikTok. Look
Okay.
at Danny. Danny, I'm not doing too hot, all right? I am doing kind of hot. Look at that shit. 5,000 followers.
Wow, just for our fantasy. That's awesome.
That's not just fantasy football. I mean, that's this fucking show.
Yeah,
But,
that's great.
You have a lot of good things going on, though. You also have the problem solver, which,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking at the clock here. You're about to go live
4:30.
At 4:30 in
Yes.
15-ish minutes here.
Yes.
So you want to shout out the Problem Solver podcast here real quick?
Well, listen, the Problem Solver podcast, we are starting to get a little edgy. Okay. We were like very conservative with our podcast, but now we're starting to reach that energy. Today we have a psychic on, so it's going to be fun. We added another co host, Junkeez. She has her own reality show out there, Marrying Millions. We got a possibility of another show right now that
Jesus.
we're actually being pursued. So I can't really talk a lot about that, but you might see more of the miracle maybe on TV shortly.
Oh my God. That's what the people want.
The people want to see the
people
miracle.
want
They want
miracles.
miracles. Yes.
Literally, pay us money. He performs miracles.
Yes.
Let's just open up a church.
Yeah.
Let's just open up. Do you ever think about that? Like when you go into church, like, do you think you have the powers to perform a miracle?
Only in sports.
Oh, fuck me, dude. I'm going to get fucking annihilated this week. So, Travis, I wanted to go run through the rest of the games. We had Brandon from Vegas absolutely shit on Madison.
Wow.
There ain't not much you can do about it. Riley Reid option fans, you stay with me. We're going to beat the miracle this week. People say it can't be done. Those people being Danny. I lost to Cameron, the old razzle dazzle. You know how annoying it is to be on a trip with somebody and also like be matched up against them in fantasy football.
Was
that
he
week?
giving it to you the whole time?
She was just poking at me.
Oh, it's your girlfriend you
Yes,
did. Oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
The old razzle dazzle was just poking at me. Oh, I'm better than you. I can't believe I'm better than you at that. Can you believe I'm better than you? It's like, fuck off.
She's got to sleep on the couch tonight.
Oh, trust me, dude. I put Nair in her shampoo bottle this week. She's fucked.
Listen, George, I feel your pain. My girlfriend never, ever watched football a day in her life. We convinced her to play in our fantasy football league like 4 years ago. She wins the whole fucking thing.
God damn it.
She wins the whole thing.
And of course, you have to be in it too, and then you hear it from your boys.
And I
all
made the
time.
playoffs, and she knocked me out in the playoffs.
Oh,
So that was even worse. Yes.
Dude.
She was calling me Miracle Whipped. That's what she was calling me. Miracle Whip.
Oh, let's
Whipped.
go. Hashtag Miracle Whip.
Yes,
We're gonna
that's what she was
fucking do
calling
it.
me.
Let's do this shit.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game because I can't stand the fact that I lost. We had Racing Road Dogs. Austin gets a win. Austin finally can say that something positive happened in his life. The Chargers fucking are also getting it done for him. So good on him. Gio takes a loss after Cooper Kupp gets 31 points.
Wow.
If I ever had a receiver get 31 points and I lost, I would be like, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Cooper Kupp's amazing, isn't he?
He is.
He's amazing. Where did he come from, this guy? You know what I mean? Where did he come from?
He looks like he was like born in the mountains of Kentucky.
Yes.
Like in the back country.
Yes.
Like he does not look like a football player.
He doesn't.
The move on to the next one here, Travis. We had the Western Conference podcast with Big Body Cisco beat Naka Oi. Western Conference podcast. Have you heard of it?
No.
Big Body Cisco is like a big Samoan guy.
Okay.
Gets a lot of Polynesian guys to come in the studio. That helmet right there, he actually donated.
Okay.
So like, what have you given to me?
Right.
So maybe a helmet in my future. Maybe an Eagles helmet. I
Oh,
think
that's true. I can get you an Eagle
We
helmet.
need an Eagles helmet for the studio, for Gridiron Junkeez. But anyways, he beats Adam's punk ass. Adam, I'm sure, cried that night without a doubt. Adam had more notes and paperwork than anybody on fantasy football draft night. You were sitting next to him for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes, he had a whole thing.
He was flipping. He was flipping through
And
papers.
did he win? He didn't win.
He did not win.
Okay.
He lost to Big Body Cisco. On to the next one. I think I actually might. Oh, we had my dad get he beat Josh Scully.
Okay.
Dude that was here in the Raiders jersey.
All right.
And that's the recap for the week. I didn't even look
I'm
too far
glad
into
your
that.
dad won because I'm assuming your dad's over 50 like me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you got the two old guys starting out 1-0. I love it because there was a lot of talk. The boomers are here. We're gonna have to teach them how to do this.
Yep.
And look, we're both 1-0.
Oh,
I love
my
it.
God. And you guys are still both predicted to finish like dead last, which is even better. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this was our recap. I look forward to having some more people on from the league.
Yeah.
Coming up here soon. You want to shout out your socials one last time for me, Danny, before we head on out of here?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at the Miracle35. That's the best one. I post mostly on TikTok.
Right. I put your Instagram there just because it was convenient for the engineer at the time.
I got you. No
Yes.
problem.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Gridiron Junkeez out.
Awesome.